every tear, every cry in a parked car, every moment I whispered, I can't do this anymore, wasn't the end of me. It was irrigation. I have been flooding the ground beneath my feet without realizing I was preparing it for my own bloom. If that isn't dark feminine magic, I don't know what is. You're listening to Feral Feminine Philosophy, a woman's philosophy of life, death, rage, love, and every forbidden thought in between, by O.G. Solace. Chapter 4, The Seed. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? How are you? Weather's nice. That's right. Shallow rhetoric. Hollow. Sick of it. Give me depth. Unwasted breath. What do you dream? What makes you scream? Do you lie awake at night? Are you locked in fight or flight? Which song makes you cry? Are you afraid to die? What bleeds your heart? God, where would I even start? What lessons has life taught you? Which nearly destroyed you? Let's discuss the infinite cosmos, like how dead nebulas still glow. Which books do you treasure? What brings you blissful pleasure? What brings you to your knees, sickens you, makes you weak? Your philosophy on life after death? Do you prefer Twilight or Macbeth? Do you commune with the wind and the trees? Do you prefer coffee or tea? Depth is what this world needs, not empty rhetorical subtleties. We crave value and depth, yet we continue wasting our breath on meaningless transactional pleasantries. I didn't know I was dying. Not at first. Women rarely do. We are conditioned to confuse suffocation with stability, starvation with devotion, and emotional malnutrition with being grateful. We die politely here, quietly, with good manners. We tell ourselves, it's fine, it's normal, it's not that bad, it could be worse. At least the bills are paid, at least the house is standing, at least no one is hitting us. As if the absence of bruises is the presence of safety. For years, far too many, I felt myself thinning. Not physically, but metaphysically. My soul stretching itself out like a sheet pulled too tight over a broken mattress. You can live like that. People do it every day. But existence is not living, and endurance is not the same as being alive. Somewhere in the marrow of me, the seed that I am began to rot with truth. I am slowly dying in a life I'm supposed to be grateful for. And then, the lovable, sprightly Aurora sang the most lovely song. She says, just like the seed, I don't know where to go. And my whole body recognized itself. Because I too have been buried, dirt over my head, shadow pressing against my ribs, silence where sunlight should have been. But here's what no one tells you about seeds. They aren't delicate. They aren't passive. They aren't patient maiden things waiting for rescue. Seeds break. They split their own bodies open from the inside. They rupture. They scream. They push against pressure that would turn stone to dust. Every seed is a tiny act of rebellion, and so am I. Pain didn't break me, it germinated me. All the suffocating years, all the emotional starvation, all the jealousy in the air around me, all the loneliness in the rooms I lived in, all the cycles of women shrinking before my eyes, it didn't kill me, it cracked me open. Aurora sings, and I accepted it into my very being as if she were singing directly to me. She says, suffocate me, so my tears can be rain. And suddenly I understood my pain was not a punishment. It was the water table rising. Every tear, every cry in a parked car, every moment I whispered, I can't do this anymore, wasn't the end of me. It was irrigation. I have been flooding the ground beneath my feet without realizing I was preparing it for my own bloom. If that isn't dark feminine magic, I don't know what is. Women don't rise from joy. We rise from graves. And when Aurora reached the line, everything wants to live, I felt it. The truth I have tried so hard to silence, I want to live. Not survive, not simply exist, not tolerate, not make do, not be grateful for a life that crushes me. Live. In color, in truth, in connection, in self-respect, in sovereignty. In a body that isn't bracing every second. In a home that doesn't feel like a slow death. In relationships that feed me sunlight instead of scarcity. This chapter isn't about escape, fantasy, or unreachable fairy tale endings like so many are. This is about remembering you cannot eat the life that starves you, and you should not stay where you are dying. The seed knows when it's time. It breaks, it pushes, it claws its way toward whatever light it can find. And that's what I'm doing now. And if you're reading this chapter, something in you is germinating too. Everything wants to live, including you, including me, including all the parts of womanhood the world tried to bury. We aren't wilting. We're sprouting teeth. We're splitting stone. We're coming back. Slowly, ferociously, in our own time, just like the seed.